Hello everyone. So, for those of you who aren't experienced with Maul, I'm just gonna show you a bit about it. So with Maul, right now I have Mighty Mjolnir, Mountain Breaker, Maelstrom, and Forge of War. The first two abilities, my Q and E, are both start abilities, which makes that my Maelstrom will automatically start off fully on. So I'll show you like that. My Maelstrom starts fully activated. Meanwhile, if I were to try it without that, I would have to do 5 swings. My Mighty Mjolnir will do the same thing, though that one does consume stamina, so if you're out of stamina, then it won't work. So if you do the Maelstrom without the wind ability, you have to do all 5 of those swings. Forge War, it doesn't require anything like that. It's just first swing and then slam. It's really similar to Thunderstruck in terms of what its effect does. So whenever you're using Forge of War, make sure to try and knock the person down and then get behind them. And when using Maul as well, so Maul has really long normal attacks, so like that. What you want to try and do is instead do a half swing. And so the way you do that is as soon as you see the damage number connect, or you hear it connect, you will dodge to the side. So it makes it so that instead of having the long swing, you're instead moving around, and each hit will stun the enemy, making you a much harder target to hit, and overall making it much better. It works mainly better in duels, so if you're one-on-one, doesn't work as well if you're with others, but it still does work. And against units, it just won't work because the unit will swarm you. But in a one-on-one against another hero or in a duel, then it works a lot better. So yeah, I'll just show you my Mjolnir also has the same effect. Alrighty. So to show you again more abilities that require wind up. So instead this time I have Earth Splitter, which is my R, and Bone Breaker, which is my T. So these two, if I want to use it full potential, I have to charge it up. Same with the T. Just save the cooldown. I'm just gonna not really show you that one as much. So if you just tap it, it does that. So it just does one of the attacks in the sequence. So if I use my start ability, like my wind ability, it instead has its full effect right away. So as you can see, Bone Breaker is quite different when you add the start ability first. So the difference between Mountain Breaker, where you use the wind ability and not, is so if I don't use it, it stuns them. So once it's off cooldown, I'll show you what it actually does. If you do the full thing, knocks him out his ass. So as you see, quite a different effect. And then as you see, that does a lot of damage. Doesn't do a ton of damage if you don't charge it up. So there's some people who prefer using Bone Breaker here over Maelstrom. It does more damage to Maelstrom. Maelstrom is a spinning one. However, you are not CC immune, and your attack is a lot slower. It's also more centralized on one target. So it can work sort of in a duel. However, overall you're going to want to use Maelstrom over it. Alright, so yeah, now you've actually seen the stats. So, like the abilities. These are all the abilities in total. The main stats, like abilities you will run, is going to be either this format. So you've got Mighty Mjolnir, Mountain Breaker, Maelstrom, and Earth Splitter. Or going to be this format. So Mighty Mjolnir, Mountain Breaker, Maelstrom, or Forge of War. So the thing about Forge of War is it removes your knockdown, removes dazed, does a ton of damage, has a super wide area effect, and the person can't use the get up ability to get up right after. It has a 60-second cooldown though, so that's quite a while. Earth Splitter has a small area effect. It will usually just knock down a hero and maybe like the few units around them, but usually not their full unit. And the person can get up. However, it has a much shorter cooldown than Forge of War. So that's where people sometimes go for Earth Splitter over Forge of War. Another thing about Forge of War, though, is since you have the initial swing, it's easier to aim it on the person than Earth Splitter is, because Earth Splitter you have to use the ability and then quickly swing. So if the person moves, it's harder to aim. But it's also harder for the person to block, because the Forge of War, you have that initial swing. If you get hit in any way, like whether it be an ability or a basic attack, your Forge of War is done. Then you have 6-second cooldown. Another thing some people will run is Strike and Grapple. However, this one is pretty rare, just because of the fact it's no longer as good as it used to be. Its main use was throwing people off a wall. Thing is, now there's runes that reduce fall damage by a ton, so it's not as helpful. Its main use now is going to be where you grab the person and throw them into your unit, or carry them into your unit. However, while you're running with the person, it takes stamina. So if you sprint up to the person and you're low on stamina, you won't be able to go far with them. It also doesn't do a ton of damage and has a long cooldown. So overall, my favorite loadout is this one. But you're usually going to want to use either this one or this one. Yeah, Bonebreaker, like I said, some people use it over Maelstrom. However, the more common one is Maelstrom, just because this one's slow and not CC immune. Maelstrom, if you're in the max one, you are CC immune, but you're not immune to choke. So keep in mind that Chain Dart can get you out of it. Up from Hell isn't really used because it's not a start ability. It does get you out of your dazed and knockdown. However, it's just not as great as any of the abilities. So overall, it's just not as great to use. If ever you have any questions about Maul, yeah, my name is Kirito. It's the same Discord. It's Kirito22. And yeah, I am fully open to any questions. Fully open to play sieges or anything with you guys. Help you out there. I'm not the best Maul player. I won't claim that I am. However, I've played Maul a lot and have learned from some of the better Maul players. So yeah, definitely willing to help you out there with it.